Hey everybody, welcome back to another Redstone showcase. Today I'm showing off a little rock, paper, scissors thing I built. So I'm just gonna start off with a brief showcase here. So there's two sides obviously. I just kind of put a wall here just cause you know, you don't wanna see what the other person's doing. So let's say like I choose rock, this side chooses scissors. Pretend I'm not doing this by myself and there's somebody else over there. And then I can just confirm my selection, and confirm my selection here. And the winner is rewarded with an emerald. I think I just had one in there before, so that's why there's two. In the events of a tie, so let's say we did both paper, both players end up getting rewarded an emerald, which I'm not a huge fan of, and if I were to revise this design, I would definitely try to avoid that, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with where this is. Alright, so I'm gonna strip away all this extra stuff and show you what's going on down below. Alright, so now that I've cleared away everything, here's the machine in all its glory. It looks pretty confusing, but I'm gonna break it down step by step with each individual circuit color, so yeah, let's get into it. Just gonna start off with the orange here. This is just our button panel. I'm sure there's better button panels than this, but I don't know, I thought this was cool. So, you know, I can select this, and that goes down. Select this, do that. With the right timing, you can sorta break it like that, but I have protections in place so that if there's no signal coming out, you can actually press that button to confirm your selection. So yeah, this just works by having some observers that send a signal down here to push the cauldrons up, and then an observer, like a tick later or something, pushes the cauldron down. And so here, rock is 1 signal strength, paper is 2, and scissors is 3. So yeah, that's the orange. The next one I'm going to talk about is the yellow. This one's pretty straightforward. So basically what the yellow does is it basically just takes this signal strength here and sends it all the way over to the other side's comparator. And you know, at first glance you might be thinking like what all this extra stuff is, because like, oh well, if rock is 1 and paper is 2, that means, you know, paper beats rock. So, and then you can just, what if this side is paper and this side is scissors, you know, scissors beats paper. So that's the signal it's going through. But then it gets into an interesting scenario where it's like, oh, well, if this side chooses scissors and this side chooses rock, rock has to beat scissors despite it having a lower signal strength. So there's a few extra bits of circuitry I have to include in order to make sure that happens. So one of those circuits is going to be this blue circuit here. Now what happens here is that basically it's looking for a signal of 1 here, and when it has a signal of 1, this torch is turned on, otherwise it's off. Well, technically if the signal strength is 0, this torch also turns on, but you can't actually confirm the signal strength. Like if you have nothing selected, you can't actually use that as a selection, so it doesn't really matter in that case. But what happens is when this is a 3, aka scissors I mean, and when this is a 1, aka rock beats scissors, so that comparator is turned off. And additionally, what happens is we send a signal onto this green line, which goes down here, as you can see, and it forces this torch up here off. Now, the off torch is actually the one that is, I guess, beating or winning against the on torch here. So this is currently the winning side. And even though like this comparator isn't on, this essentially just goes and turns that on. In any other scenario, so let's say this was paper, and yeah, this side's still rock, so paper's winning now, that comparator's on, everything is normal. Additionally, in the scissors versus rock matchup, I guess, I have an extra little protection in place. I don't know if it's actually necessary. I don't know, but I put it in here just in case. It doesn't actually increase like the footprint of the build at all, so like whatever. Basically the signal from the comparator here detects if it's a 3, so it sends this 3 down here, and then this comparator picks it up. And the only way that piston gets powered is if the signal strength is 3 and pushes the cauldron up for the blue thing to pick up. And additionally, in any other scenario that isn't scissors versus rock, this torch is off no matter what. So maybe, I kind of forgot it did that, to be honest, so maybe this pink circuit does matter. Maybe not the cauldron part, but I think the pink circuit does matter. So I kind of already went into the green circuit a little bit, but I can just like do a little bit of a brief overview again. The green circuit is determining who is currently winning. That's what it does. Like I said, whichever torch is off is who is winning. So this side has selected rock, this side has selected scissors, this side is winning because the torch is off. Next up is the white circuit. What this is doing is basically just confirming the selections here, or is taking, like when the selections are confirmed, it basically just sends the signal to say, hey, we're ready to pass out the scores or whatever, whoever's winning, that sort of thing. So basically we have some torch towers here that connect to these pistons which output the emeralds for score, and that's also connected to these cauldrons and comparators. So if the person is losing, then the signal that gets passed through here doesn't matter because this torch stays off, so it can't use this dropper to output an emerald into their barrel. Because this torch powers this piston, which pushes the block in front of the observer, which connects to the next and second to final circuit, which is magenta, which basically just resets everything. So this is like an AND gate over here that's connected to the white circuit here with this comparator. And then pass through here, goes under this observer to distribute the point if it's applicable, and then goes across the red line here to push all the cauldrons back up. And same thing on this side. The sides look a little bit different just because it's not perfectly symmetrical, because this is coming from the right side of this one, while for this side, the left side. So it's a little bit different in terms of the way it looks, but it's functionally the same. And finally, the red circuit is basically just the confirmation. So this side is currently on scissors, and when I push that, my selection has gone in. As you can see, there's a thing in the dropper here. If I decide to switch to like anything else, it goes through, but the thing goes back in here, so my selection is revoked basically, and I have to confirm it again. So as we can see here, connecting back to the white circuit, since this side has rock and this side is paper, currently this side is winning, but they haven't made their selection yet, so like the rest of the thing hasn't gone through. So yeah, I'll just demonstrate what happens here when I push this button, which has rock. So everything goes through. Emerald gets put up here. You don't get an emerald. Why did you get an emerald? That must have just been, hold on. Yeah, there we go. And one more thing I guess I should mention is that I think I briefly touched on this earlier, but you're not able to make a selection if you don't have anything selected over here. So basically, if any signal is passing through here, it powers this piston and allows the signal to go through the no block into the dropper. And obviously the same thing goes for this side. So yeah, like overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think if I tried hard enough, it could be a block slimmer. So like this block could be trimmed off and be running this way. But overall, pretty happy with it. Still kind of bummed that when there's a tie, both players get a point, but it's not like a huge deal. Other than that, like, yeah, I just think this is pretty neat. So yeah, if you guys want to see me improve this, or if you even want a tutorial on it, just let me know down below, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Anyways, that's gonna be it from me. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all later.